Hey everyone, it's Mr. Vancouver, and today we are going over 5 pros and 5 cons of living in Vancouver and Southwest Washington. Now, as someone who moved here from Portland about 10 years ago, I know this place pretty well firsthand, and these are also a lot of things that my clients tell me. Real quick, we got the neighborhood quiz up and running. We worked really hard on it. Check out the link in the description or scan this QR code. It's a quick, fun little quiz. Okay, let's get into it. Let's start with location, because this is honestly where I think we have the rest of the country beat. We're so centrally located. If you want to go to Mount Hood, it's 90 minutes away. Bend is 3 hours away. I just got back from there. Crater Lake, 3 hours away. The Oregon coast, Washington coast, 90 minutes away. Seattle's a quick train ride or a drive up I-5. And obviously we're right across the river from Portland. So if for any reason you need to go into Portland, whether it's dinner or you don't want to pay sales tax, I'm not telling you to do that. But more than just proximity to cities, we have world-class hiking right here in our backyard. We have our whole side of the Columbia River Gorge up and down. We have Mount St. Helens, Mount Hood, and everywhere in between. There's so many good hiking spots. I have clients who moved here specifically because they want mountains, coast, and city all within reach, and that's what Vancouver is. You cannot say that for a lot of places in the United States. Number 2 is safety. And I want to be careful how I say this because I know it's a real issue and I don't take it lightly. There is a huge noticeable difference between Portland and Vancouver when it comes to violent crime and homeless camping downtown. Virtually just not a thing here the way it is over the bridge in Portland. Now, that doesn't mean Vancouver doesn't have homelessness, it does. But I do feel like the city has done a really good job of getting people the help they need and getting people off the streets. Now, of course, there's always room for improvement. I'm not going to pretend it's perfect, but my clients from the Bay Area and Portland consistently tell me how different it feels just walking around downtown here compared to San Francisco or Portland. It's just so different. And that's a big deal for a lot of people and a lot of my clients. Number 3, no state income tax. This one's a favorite. Washington has no state income tax, and people love that. I love it. You keep more of what you make, plain and simple. I will be transparent. We do have the new capital gains tax, or what's called the millionaire's tax. I did a whole video on that. If you want to check out the link in the description, I'll drop it down there if you want all the details. But honestly, we don't even know if that's a thing really, because I just saw a petition today where it's going to allow us to vote on it, I believe. So it's still up in the air. It still has court battles. We're not really sure what's going to happen with that and how that's going to play out. But for the vast majority of people, the no income tax here is a huge win. Number 4, growth and opportunity. Vancouver does not sit still. We're getting new shops and restaurants downtown virtually every month, it feels like. They just keep coming and keep building. We're like the fastest growing city in Washington State and one of the fastest in the country. We have companies relocating here or expanding here, which means people want to move here, which means more people, more jobs. It's been pretty cool to watch this growth over the last 10 years, and it just seems to keep going. It just keeps getting bigger and better. This isn't a sleepy little town anymore, but it still has that kind of small town charm, and it's kind of just its own thing. And number 5, politics. Now, Vancouver and Clark County broadly is refreshingly not super crazy or extreme one way or the other. We're a pretty purple county, not dealing with extreme rally, shutting down the streets, or vandalism, or any kind of that chaos. Honestly, something here for people all across the political spectrum. It just doesn't dominate our daily life like it seems to in so many other big cities. I lived in downtown Portland about 10 years ago, and I can tell you it is a very different vibe over here. I actually just did a whole video on Clark County politics, so I'll put that link in the description as well. Okay, con number 1, traffic. Let's be real, it can't all be sunshine and rainbows. So con number 1 is traffic. Especially if you're commuting into Portland, especially during commute hours, that trip can be pretty rough. Now, if your job's across the river in Portland, that's just something that you're gonna have to plan for. Okay, con number 2 is the weather. This is a big one that people seem to underestimate. Our winters can get pretty gloomy here, and not everyone is mentally prepared for that, especially if you're coming from somewhere like Southern California or Florida. I love that we get 4 real seasons, but I'll be honest, winter can take a toll on me too. So it's worth knowing ahead of time and having a plan for that winter time. I personally have become somewhat of a snowbird. I take a couple weeks every winter and head down to South Carolina or Palm Springs just to get some sunshine and reset, and that really does help a lot. Now the upside is it's not nearly as rainy or gloomy and dark as Seattle. My dog every single day of the year, twice a day, rain or shine, no matter what. And it's something that you just eventually get used to. Our springs and summers are some of the best, and fall's really beautiful too. It's just that winter stretch that you need to prepare for. Con number 3 is transportation. It's just not on the level of Portland's. This is definitely more of a car city, so if you're used to hopping on public transit everywhere, that might be an adjustment for you. That said, downtown does seem to have a pretty good infrastructure, and I keep seeing all over the city them putting in new stops and working on that public transit infrastructure. The Vine is a good example. It's kind of our version of Portland's MAX train. It's an express bus line. But I do have several friends who commute into Portland for work on public transit, and they seem to enjoy it. I even have a friend who bikes across the bridge into Portland for work as well, and there's no complaints there. They love it. It may change with the I-5 bridge replacement project that is supposed to include a light rail. We'll know more about that next year, whether that's even going to happen or not. And number 4 is the price of gas and the cost of living. The last con, but it is the price of gas and the cost of living can run pretty high here. It honestly just depends where you're coming from, because I have clients coming from Southern California and the Bay Area, and their money can go a lot further here than it would there. To them, Vancouver is a massive value. They can get way more bang for their buck here than they could there. So take that with a grain of salt, depending on where you're coming from. But we can be a little more expensive compared to the rest of the country. But is it worth it? That's the question. Is it worth it for you to be close to Mount Hood, a quick drive over to the coast, a quick train ride to Seattle, or a drive down to Crater Lake? There's so much beauty here, and it's so convenient, and the weather's pretty calm and pretty mild compared to most places in the United States. Besides the dreary winters, that's just the main complaint. I mean, there's so much to be loved here and to be enjoyed. There you have it, the pros and cons of living in Vancouver, Washington from someone who has lived it for the last 10 years and loved it. And at the end of the day, we're this special little enclave tucked between 2 major cities. And when you factor in the taxes, the politics, the access to nature, it makes us pretty unique, desirable, if I do say so myself. I know my name is Mr. Vancouver. I might be a little biased, but I love this place. If you or someone you know is thinking about making the move here, or if you have any questions about any of this, please reach out to me directly. I would be happy to serve you or help you in any way that I can. Contact info is in the description below. Also down in the description, make sure to check out that new neighborhood quiz that we finally finished. It's super cool, it's fun, it's quick, and no one sees your information. It's just me who sees your email, so don't worry about that. And I think in the next video, I'm gonna hit the streets and get real Vancouver locals' opinions so you can hear straight from them themselves on how they feel about the pros and cons of living here in Southwest Washington. Thank you for watching, and I've really enjoyed getting to talk with some of you. Until next time.